What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to the channel. We are in week 15, and our Kansas City Chiefs are heading into an AFC West showdown against the Los Angeles Chargers. And let's be honest, this is officially must-win territory. The Chiefs are sitting at 6-7, battling through the hardest, most injury-riddled season of the Patrick Mahomes era, and somehow we are still alive in the AFC playoff race, but barely. Now, tonight we're going to talk about what this game means, who's in, who's out, key matchups to watch, what the Chiefs must do to stay alive, and a reality check on where this franchise stands. So let's get into it. First off, what's at stake? This game is survival mode, period. The Chiefs are 6-7. We've lost back-to-back heartbreakers. Now we're in a wild card only path to the playoffs, and with the cluster of AFC teams sitting at 7-6, 8-5, this game is definitely survival mode. Now, a loss to the Chargers, this could realistically end our season. Not mathematically, but functionally. A win in this week against the Chargers, the Kansas City snaps that losing streak, gets back to 500, and keep us alive heading into the final couple weeks of the season here. Now, the Chargers are banged up also, and they're playing for pride. So this is a game that the Chiefs should want to take control of and early. So let's go through the injury chart, the final injury report for the Chiefs and the Chargers today. As of today, the game status for a couple of players who are out and not playing this weekend, we've got Hollywood Brown is out, Wanye Morris, Juwan Taylor, and Trey Smith are all out. At questionable, Trent McDuffie. So other names that are on the injury report but did participate fully today, we have Brian Cook, Noah Gray, Patrick Mahomes, Nico Remigio, Rashee Rice, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Nick Bolton. So that's what we are looking at. On the other side, against the Chargers, game status out. We've got Darius Davis will be out. Questionable for the Chargers will be Troy Dye and also Quentin Johnston. And then doubtful, Elijah Molden and Trey Pipkins. So on their injury list as well, as full or limited participants in some capacity, we've got Keenan Allen, we've got Will Dissly, Justin Herbert himself, Khalil Mack, Ladd McConkey, and those are there. That's the injury list for the Chargers. So both sides are pretty banged up, right? So for the Chiefs, definitely one of the most beat up Chiefs teams we've seen in years, and the offensive line depth is razor thin. For the Chargers side, this is a winnable matchup. Their defense is top heavy, but inconsistent. So this is a winnable matchup. And if the Chiefs can avoid self-destruction, we can make something work here. Now, matchup number one, the Chiefs patchwork O-line versus that defensive front for the Chargers. This is the game, period, right? Patrick Mahomes cannot survive another 4 to 5 sack, 10 pressure type game. Can't have it. So that's going to be a big matchup to watch. Another matchup to watch, we're going to look at Rashee Rice versus the cornerback room. Hey, the Rice needs to have 9 to 12 targets minimum. Minimum, y'all. So 9 to 12 targets. We need him. He is our engine in this game, and he's got to put in the work. Another matchup we got to look at is our defensive line versus the Chargers' weak interior. So we've got to look and see what our Chris Jones, Mike Dana, George Karlaftis, what are y'all going to do in this game? Because we need this group to dominate. Herbert struggles under pressure, and we need to bring the pressure. And the last matchup here that I want to look at is our running backs, namely Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt versus the linebackers. We need to keep the offense balanced and honest to keep Patrick upright. And if we can commit to the run game in this game, I will be ever so happy. All right, so y'all, before we dig into the keys to the game, I want to take a second and just zoom out, okay? Because this season has been frustrating, it's been emotional, and it's been really exhausting. But I've been a fan of this team for a long time, okay? 1993, and I know some of y'all have been fans for even longer, but this isn't our first storm. Since I became a fan in 93, I want to say, 92, 93, we have had a lot of winning seasons. We've had a lot of really terrible losing seasons. And then there were a handful of truly awful years in there. Absolutely none of the awful years have happened with Patrick Mahomes under center. Do I need to say that again? None of the horrible, terrible, awful years have happened with Patrick Mahomes under center. We have lived through Brody Croyle years, Damon Horde years, Tyler Palko years, 2 and 14 era. We lived through football that wasn't even competitive. So yeah, this season hurts, but it hurts because Mahomes has given us 6 straight years of excellence. He's given us MVPs, dominant offenses, playoff runs, Super Bowls, and owning the AFC West. This is the first time in a decade where the Chiefs feel mortal again. But as someone who's been around long enough to see what real losing looks like, I am still really, really grateful. I'm a grateful fan, even though it's been very, very frustrating. So, even in a down year, this organization is still miles ahead of where it used to be. And that's why I'm still riding with this team. So, hang in there. I know it's really frustrating, but hang in there. So, back to this game. Let's look at the keys to the game. We have to protect Patrick Mahomes. No turnovers, no desperation throws. So let's protect him, give him time, keep him upright, and do what we need to do. We need to feature Rashee Rice, perhaps Travis Kelce as well, but these two have to get a good percentage of the targets. Travis Kelce was not targeted very often last week, but when he was, we saw the mistakes. We all saw them. I think people are still talking about them. But we do need to spread the ball, but we need to prioritize some of our key targets in Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce. Another key, run the ball. Run the ball early, run the ball consistently, commit. Please take the pressure off of our wounded O-line and run the damn ball. Okay? Now, we also need to pressure Justin Herbert. Just do it. Force quick throws, disguise coverages, bring pressure from the edges, make him stress out and feel the pressure. All right. He doesn't do as well under pressure, so let's bring it. Now, we also have to win the turnover battle. That is another key for us in this game. We are currently 1-6 this season when losing the turnover differential. So we have to win the turnover battle. All right, y'all. My score prediction for this game with the injuries, the desperation, both teams fighting for something completely different here. It's going to hurt. I know it's going to hurt. But hear me out on this. Chiefs 23, Chargers 20. This is a super close game. It is not the way that we want it to go, but I'm going to keep it super close because here is the thing. Mahomes, let's say he has a 250 plus yard game, 2 touchdowns, 1 turnover, maybe. Okay. Chiefs defense, I'm calling y'all to get 3 sacks and 1 takeaway in this game. That's what I'm asking for. Okay. Not very much. And then the key play that I'm going to predict is going to happen here is that a late Rashee Rice conversion seals the win for us. So it won't be pretty, but it needs to be a win. And there's no way other way around it. I know I'm a realist as well, but we have to be disciplined. We have to have this game. So yeah, Chiefs Kingdom, let me know in the comments, are we still believing? Can this team make a late push? And make sure you tell me in the comments below. So as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share if you love Chiefs content and you want to see more of it because I'm doing stuff like this every single week. And also I post motivational, inspirational content every single day as well. So please like, subscribe, share, and then let's hope Kansas City finds a way to keep this season alive this weekend. So as always,